iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz.
It felt very surreal. It also felt like I manifested this.
Yeah.
I remember like early in the year, I just felt like, I wish I could be in a show like Six. I've said that to so many of my friends. And so as it was happening, I was like, oh my gosh, wait, it's really happening. It was a sense of, like, I was very proud of myself, but also like could not believe that it was actually happening.
I know, honestly, it wasn't until like the first day of rehearsal that I was like, oh, I'm really in this. Like, oh, wow. Yeah, I was thrilled. I was on tour with another show at the time, so I remember just sitting there and being like, I feel like my life is really going to change. I'm going to be going back to New York. I'm going to be around my friends. I'm going to, but yeah, I was so excited.
I feel like 2 months in, it's finally like the queen in me is feeling very much seen, present, and forward, and I feel settled in my skin. I feel like a new type of confidence.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't imagine what I'm going to feel like by the time we get to next December if this is how I'm feeling 2 months in. I feel really powerful and really strong and extra confident every single night walking onto that stage with these women and singing this powerful music. And these songs are amazing and they're so fun to sing. It just doesn't get old, so I'm really grateful for that.
People are still bringing new things to their characters because our rehearsal process was so fast. I feel like we're still discovering things. So it's really fun when someone like has a fun idea and like brings it to the show that night. We like to play.
The day before we started rehearsals, we actually all got together, including the alternates, and kind of like set the groundwork for how we wanted, this production, this process to be. And I think that was, like, I've never really done that in a show before, and I think that made it really special and helped us get on the same footing. We went around being like, what's your role in the show? Like, I'm the healer, I'm the this. So that made us already like a collective unit before even starting rehearsal.
We ride for each other. We protect each other. Yeah.
When one person feels something, it's not that the other person can feel it too, but there's so much space for that feeling and emotion. And it's like, I can feel this and I know that 11 other people behind me have my back.
Absolutely.
So I think the connection that we have is absolutely incredible. I think if you see the show too, you can tell, like, not only do we like the material, but we really love each other.
Yeah, we're having fun with each other.
So there's certain things that I don't think would necessarily fly in other shows that we can get away with in this show because we can push each other's buttons differently. Like we're really close. I know that. Yeah. I feel like we push each other's buttons on stage.
Oh my gosh, we have to. I mean, This is one of the most like historic rivalries in history's time, and I love that we get to play into the rivalry and then flip the script and be like, no, this is my girl.
Because we really, really like each other, and we really genuinely think that we are funny. Like, there's no fake laughter. If anything, it's like, fake seriousness. I have to really be in this moment because this is what I'm supposed to do in the text. But it's so hard to do when everybody that you share the stage with is actually funny.
We started rehearsals and it was like, oh, we all are like really hard work. We're all so focused. I think that we all happened to have very similar work ethics. So we just like really tapped in and were able to just focus together, and that really brought us closer.
Yeah.
But this energy, it's like the rumble as soon as the music starts.
Yeah.
It just like gets you going. Then like I think I've never been in a show where you can look in the audience and you see people singing the lyrics back to you.
Absolutely.
So you just feel so like, oh, they're right there with me. You know what I mean? Also too, it's like they know Andrea, they know the day before, they know the original girls from UK, and so for us to come in and bring our own interpretation has been incredible because they're like, give me more, like the openest arms.
It's the constant support, and it's the never pinning anybody against anybody. It is the way that the queendom, like, if you read in the comments, go to bat for us, love us like we are family members. The happy birthdays, I saw that you were out, are you okay? All of these, you know what I'm saying? They're very, very supportive, and I was like, Six is like a cult following. I'm a little nervous as to how people are going to receive me because I know that Brit was as pleased, but it's like awesome to feel supported. Like, it's Brit and it's you, right? And it's everybody, and
it's the alternates. Like, everyone is celebrated. It's really great.
The queendom is so supportive, and like it never felt like there was a comparison or that there was anything but love and uplifting and curiosity. They're so curious to see all the alternates and all of us and see what we bring that's new to the music and the story that they already love. So that was the most heartwarming part of it. It was like, oh, they're rooting for us.
The cool thing about this show is that it does give us some space to really be ourselves. You know, we're not really playing characters, but also the challenge is staying true to the show, staying true to what, you know, the team has written, the audience is expecting, you know, what works, why the musical works, and staying true to that, you know, line. But it's so fun to discover new things every day. And yeah, totally playing off the audience and, you know, what they're responding to is a lot of fun.
I feel like the Queendom is really good at like celebrating each queen's version of the role. I think that's really lovely. Like the bootlegs exist, they're out there, but it's not like, I'm not really seeing like this Heart of Stone versus this one. It's like this was Bella's and like this was Abby's, and we love both of them for different reasons. I think that's a really nice part about the Queendom.
I just got chills when you said the Lena Horne Theater. Like every time I think about this phenomenal black woman's name being on the stage, and there's phenomenal black women that I stand next to and perform with in her honor, it literally gives me chills, and I'm so grateful for her legacy being honored in this way, and for us to share in that legacy is an honor. It's an absolute honor. I grew up loving Lena Horne, so I'm so grateful.
It's so special.
What an honor.
It is such an honor. Especially as a black woman, I never thought I'd be walking into a theater, let alone working in a theater, get emotional, that's named after one. And Lena Horne, of all people, it is the coolest thing. Yeah.
Iconic.
Yeah.
For me, Anne Boleyn is the punk star. She's the little pop princess, you know, and to be black and be able to portray that with that name on the building, it like transcends this moment in time. You know, it's powerful. It's like, also too, it's like crazy. Like we were talking about hair design, you know, they changed the design to represent me. And so like those bits and pieces, like it just feels incredible to know I walk in the door and it says Lena Horne and I walk out and she's right there with me.
It's like what we say all the time as black people. We stand on the shoulders of our ancestors.
Exactly.
And to be the physical representation of that, be the Lena Horne Theater, especially with all females in the cast, with I think the most black women that we've maybe had in the Six universe, it just all feels like it culminates into something a lot bigger, like you were saying. It transcends a show, and it's really about a historic moment in time that we will all look back on as, you know, when we get older and be like, we were a part of that.
I know, she's really the 8th queen.
Yes!
You know what I mean?
Yes, she is! She's the 8th queen!
I would call her the number 1 queen, and then we
Period! Lena Horne is the 8th queen!
And then the audience is the 7th. So that's what I would say about Lena Horne.
I love it!
iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz.
Okay, you're not gonna do it.